Good evening, and welcome to another installment of the Auto Refinery. I am your host, Big J.
It's like a crock pot for car parts.
All right, we're working on control arms today. Well, we've been working on control arms. I've removed all the bushings, sandblasted, primed, painted, and they came out pretty good. Let's spin this around. So these are the uppers. Yeah, nice and clean. All ready to get the new bushings. The lower ones are over here. So they're all done. I purposely used a different type of paint. It's a little shinier. It's just a different brand. I did that because when these cars were put together, the frame, one person built, right? And they came out and they built it, painted it, sent it. Another company does the control arms. The blacks didn't always match. So control arms may have a different sheen than the frame, and this frame is dusty, so I apologize for that. But, black isn't necessarily black. So what we're going to do here, so I've got these all ready. I've got the bushings, but I was thinking that maybe, since at the auto refinery, we have 150 cars, or 7, I'm gonna work on these, exact same kind, from another parts car we had. But instead of sandblasting, sanding, all that, I didn't particularly enjoy sandblasting. Very messy, loud, didn't like it at all. So what I've done in the past at the shop, when I had any metal that I had to incorporate into the wooden things, I would use muriatic acid, which I believe that's what this is. Concrete metal prep. Smells like it. It's green. They didn't have any muriatic acid, so I got that. So what I'm going to do is, quite literally, I'll wire wheel these to get a lot of it off, and then I'm just going to give them a bath right in here. I'm going to put the top on, and we'll see how they come out. Because if it can just clean up the metal, like I know muriatic acid does, and I may not be saying that right, I don't know. You can leave a comment if I'm wrong. I'm fine with that. But we'll just do we'll do a little experiment. We'll have a little fun today. Because Steve's got an El Camino that, if they come out good, we could use it on that. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so seriously, really quick wire wheel. That's one that I didn't do yet. I just want to get some of the dirt off, some of this old paint off. But I really want to see how much easier this is. That's the bottom. So I spent, I don't know, 5 minutes on it. So while I'm gonna put the one on the right into the tub, and I'll actually take it outside because it's a little dusty. Yeah, kids are here. And I don't know, we'll see in the morning how they look. All right, fingers crossed. All right, it's been 20 hours. Part's been soaking. And I got a nice little spot cleared off. So we're gonna take them out and check out how this concrete and metal prep did. And I'm really hoping that it's mint. I have a good feeling. I turned them, they weren't completely submerged. So about 10 hours ago, I flipped them to get all the metal soaking for at least, a good amount of hours. So we'll check it out and go from there. All right, so we got the tub of solution, 3 gallons of concrete and metal prep. Got a filthy tub of water. That's just gonna neutralize the acid. So let's crack this sucker open. Ooh, good Lord. See, wow. I noticed it really doesn't like to take out the paint, but that's okay. Let's get these rinsed off a bit. I put a lot of parts in here. Just started throwing things in there. Get rid of that. Yeah, let's just start with one of these little guys. Wow, that's nutty. Look at that. I mean, that's nuts. Whoa. That's gonna get painted the yellow cad. Hold on, let me find a bracket that actually, oh man, they came out sweet. Yeah, this is what oh my goodness. I mean, this is like, oh my Lord. It's like a crock pot for car parts. You put it in the morning, you go to work. When you come home, all the work's been done. Look how, come on, focus. All right, just as a comparison here. Oh yeah, this is my daughter's beach towel. Beach vacation canceled, sweetheart. Daddy needed it for car parts. All right, so that is like mint. I mean, mint. Just clear coat that. Holy mackerel. All right, so that. Oh, I really hope Cora doesn't see this video. So this is what it went in as. Just disgusting. And I know you can sand this down, or that is a crazy side-by-side comparison for really minimal work. All right. Here they all are. Again, it doesn't really take the paint off. I guess it's not so great as a paint stripper, but I did wire wheel these, and that really didn't take very much paint off. And I'm really thinking that this paint will come right off if I just go over it with a wire wheel super fast. But that is so nice. And again, so little work, actual work, time. I even did the castle nuts here. And these I didn't even clean, I just kind of popped them in. So you can see, yeah, it's got dirt in between where the pin goes. But, well, so that had no prep. These little brackets here had no prep. Oh, I'm just gonna sell the big blast cabinet. Even though it's not mine, it's my nephew's, but I don't think he needs it either. We'll just do this all the time for a $10 bucket. Awesome. And as far as this, there's a lot of sediment in it. I know that from doing this type of thing in the past with a different product, but I am just going to put a funnel on that with a paint strainer, and we'll pour it right back in there and wait for the next batch. But this is really, dare I say, a game changer for me. Sometimes the prep work can seem like a little overwhelming, but not with this. I'll put a tenderloin in the crock pot in the morning, put some parts in there. When I come home, I can, paint some parts with a delicious pulled pork sandwich. Great. Okay. I'm gonna wire wheel these big guys. Hit it all again with a wire wheel on a grinder. I think it took for all these pieces maybe 25 minutes. I don't know. It wasn't long. Which I had to do after I sandblasted these. I still had to wire wheel and clean up some spots, and so time was ridiculously less. And it came out awesome. I mean, unbelievable. Stampings are real clear. The process is awesome. Concrete metal prep. $10 bucket. I got 3 gallons. I would probably use 5 next time, but I'm gonna just reuse those. I'll pour all that back in, strain it, put it on the shelf for next time. So I think we're up to about, I don't know, 60 bucks, maybe. And it comes out mint. And it is very little labor. So all these parts are ready to get painted now. And I only worked on it about an hour. All right, so the parts came out great. The parts come out great with a sandblaster. Here's the thing. A sandblast cabinet are relatively cheap, but it's still like 200 bucks. Find one on Marketplace for maybe 100. But it's really the compressor has to be huge. I think you need 11 CFM at 90 PSI. That's a big compressor, expensive. It's loud, it's dirty. You need lights inside. It's I hated sandblasting. I was so excited to do it. I thought it'd be so satisfying. Wrong. It's gross. So I'm completely sold on dipping it. Just let the metal solution work. Again, muriatic acid will do the same thing. It's a little bit, this stuff is a little less potent. It's a little, doesn't burn the old nostrils like the muriatic acid that I've used. But that'll work. At first, when they come out, they flash rust like immediately. But I just do a little of this, and I'll do a little more, but they come out mint. Wire wheel on a drill press. So, good little experiment. I'm sold. This is the way I'm doing it now. I'm gonna crock pot all my parts. So, next week I have a bunch of parts coming in, springs. I've already gotten all the correct bumpers and, a lot of rubber parts. I've got all the bushings. So I'm getting springs, fuel lines, brake lines, rotors. Next week is like Hanukkah. Every day I'm gonna have a delivery of hot rod parts. So we're gonna start making some major progress on this little project. So stay tuned, and we'll keep going. All right. We have got some brackets soaking in there. Brackets that look like this right now. We're gonna try to do the old black oxide on that. But today, I believe, is the last day of deliveries of hot rod parts, which in a way is sad. However, these little beauts. However, all right, control arms, I did. All kinds of bumpers, suspension bolts, front control arm bumpers, that's the rear axle, but look at these beauts. Correct color brake line clips to go with the inline tube brake lines, rotors, new springs. When I started crunching the numbers on how long it would take to make these springs, I have no idea how good they are. Yeah, for the $200, I was like, let's just buy new ones. So rotors, these are all parts that we had, just cleaned them up, except for the spindles. The original spindles were worn, unfortunately, so I had to do that. Backing plates were smashed, so those are new. And, oh baby. Oh, it's amazing. This is hard to do it with one hand. Boom. Now, I know I was gonna buy the originals, gray. We could always paint these, or we could just have a little bit of flair, I don't know. I think it's gonna look pretty sweet in the middle of this. Oh, like Steve says, at this point, it's kind of like a life-size model. We just gotta put these things together. I still have to put the bushings in. We have them. They're in the freezer right now. So we'll push those in. We'll just start putting all this front end together. And then hopefully, at some point, we'll put a few of those on. right, so stay tuned. Things are gonna happen.